What if I told you that your memory of yesterday is already a scientific illusion? Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at the neural engine of self, pulling from a stack of neurobiology research, psychological analyses, and a recent 2026 neuroimaging study.
Yeah, and our mission today is to really uncover how the brain physically constructs memories, fuels creative thoughts, and, occasionally gets trapped in these toxic loops. Plus, how you can actually take the wheel to rewire it.
Right, because biology proves that our brains prioritize current survival over archival accuracy. We are unknowingly rewriting our own history, basically turning static facts into ever-changing biological fiction.
It's wild. We typically view memory like a video camera, right?
Yeah.
But the hippocampus doesn't play back a recording. It acts more like an index.
It's an index that just pulls together scattered cortical activity, like all the sensory details and emotions stored in different parts of your brain.
Exactly. So it's assembling the memory on the fly rather than just hitting play. Imagine opening a Word document and the second you read it, the text becomes editable.
Oh, wow, and your brain just instinctively starts hitting the keyboard.
Yeah, that is the volatile process of reconsolidation. Your neural pathways become fluid and fragile, like every single time you think about the past.
That fluidity has to completely change how we experience our physical environment. We've all walked into the kitchen and instantly forgotten why we went in there.
Right, the classic doorway effect. Research from Notre Dame and UCL shows our brains use physical boundaries to segment events. Passing through a door actually flushes your working memory.
Just to make space for the new context, wait, is this literally like a video game deloading an old level to prevent the system from lagging?
That is a perfect analogy. It dumps the previous room's render to save processing power. It prioritizes the new room's layout over whatever thought you had in the hallway.
Okay, but if the brain is constantly dumping context just to save energy, how does it manage the massive energy requirements of generating, complex, original ideas?
Well, that's where we have to ditch the old left brain, right brain myth. A 2026 study of STEM students generating scientific hypotheses showed that creativity requires three networks working in tandem.
All right, the tripartite brain. So first up is the default mode network, or DMN, which generates the raw, spontaneous ideas, right?
Yes. And then the executive control network acts as the editor, evaluating and refining those ideas. Finally, the salience network is the switchboard operator,
toggling your brain's attention between the DMN's internal daydreaming and the ECN's focused logic.
Exactly. And there is a really fascinating detail in that 2026 neuroimaging data. The brain actually treats internal speech, like those raw ideas and daydreams, as actual motor movement.
Wait, really? Like physical movement?
Yeah, it creates this linguistic filter that literally colors every waking second of your perception. The DMN fuels this persistent loop of verbal thought.
But if the DMN is supposed to be this creative visionary, why does my daydreaming usually just lead to stressing out about an email I sent like 3 years ago?
Well, that is the dark side of the DMN. It can get hijacked. When the DMN synchronizes with a specific region called the subgenual anterior cingulate cortex, or SGACC, it creates a biological echo chamber.
So instead of generating novel ideas, they lock together and fuel a persistent loop of negative, self-critical verbal thought.
Precisely. And since those thoughts register almost like motor movements, they have real physical consequences. Chronic rumination changes your brain's structure.
It actually changes the structure. What happens to the brain if you're stuck in that loop?
It thickens that SGACC region and thins the prefrontal cortex. And the prefrontal cortex is your brain's logical braking system.
So by thinning it, you are effectively weakening your own biological off switch for negative loops. We're literally trapped by our own biology in those moments.
You are.
So how do we physically break that loop?
You leverage neuroplasticity. As the psychiatrist Dr. Bruce Perry states, in order to change any part of the brain, that specific part of the brain must be activated. You have to force the brain to rewire.
Like with specific lifestyle habits. I know learning a new language strengthens white matter.
Right, which acts as the insulation on your neural wiring, speeding up the transmission of signals so your logical brain can override the DMN. Playing music also promotes neuroplasticity that protects against cognitive decline.
Wait, does this mean picking up something as simple as a ukulele could physically rewire my brain? Like, it isn't just a distraction technique.
It's definitely not just a distraction. It's forcing the salience network to process motor skills, audio perception, and memory simultaneously. You're essentially starving the DMN of the processing power it needs to ruminate.
Oh, I see. It pulls you out of the internal echo chamber and anchors you in the present moment.
Precisely. forging healthier synaptic connections in the process.
So to bring it all together for you listening,
Hmm.
you are not a fixed entity. Sure, there are existential implications to realizing our most cherished life milestones might be scientific illusions.
But there is profound beauty in a brain that evolves its story to help you grow.
Absolutely. Embracing the fluidity of your memory allows for a far more flexible and resilient sense of self.
Your neural pathways are incredibly malleable. By understanding the machinery, you can actively guide your own brain's evolution.
I love that. And I'll leave you with this final thought to ponder. Since we know the doorway effect forces the brain to dump its current context to save energy, how might you intentionally use physical transitions today, like just stepping outside, to deliberately flush a negative thought loop and reset your mind?